Welcome to Back to School Night. So I'm Miss Quesada and I am one of the art teachers here at Almani Middle School. I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about what we've been doing in class and what my class consists of. So I do have a grading policy, and grading is based on effort and performance. So my assignments that I do post in Google Classroom make up about 65% of the total grade for art. My assessments or tests make up around 20% for the total grade, and the last 15% of that grade is participation. So, participation is having my students participate in class, seeing them in Zoom with me. So, Zoom is very important, so being present is part of their grade. Anything below a 70% is considered failing, but my students are able to revise their incomplete work and turn in missing assignments to me. So if any student does have a missing assignment for this quarter, they have up until October 7th to turn it into me to get a grade. And next week, which is week 9 of school, is when grades are due. So that's why I'm giving my students until October 7th to turn in any missing assignment they may have for this quarter. So Zoom meeting. So whenever I see my students in Zoom, I would love for them to be in a quiet place where they can concentrate on what is going on in class. They should also be limiting their distractions, so maybe not having their phone, TV, or games out. They should be prepared to work, and they should have their supplies handy. In this case, they should have their Chromebook charged, maybe have a piece of paper and pencil next to them if needed. They should also be using the restroom before and after class. They should keep their video camera on, and it's very important for them to have their camera on so that I can see that they're looking at the screen, they're engaging, and they're participating in what I have to say. And I really encourage my students to participate in class. I ask them questions. I ask them to show me what they've been working on for art. That is some ways I like them to be able to participate. Fridays are non-Zoom days, so even though I don't see my students, I am still required to take attendance for my students. So what I do to take attendance is I have an assignment that is due Fridays. So my classwork is usually assigned before Friday. That way I give the students some time to complete the assignment. And I usually always mention what assignment is due on Friday during our Zoom sessions. So I mention it during Zoom, and I also post it in Google Classroom so that students really understand what they have to do for Friday. Because even though I don't see them in person, I still have to take attendance for them. Therefore, I use that assignment that was due Friday to check them off. So the assignment should not take more than half an hour. And that is for Friday. So that's asynchronous work. So for art, we've been doing a variety of activities. So I started off the semester with having them do some name art. So I wanted them to draw out their name and draw a little bit about themselves and include some details of their favorite things or things they enjoy or that interest them. Because we're not in person, I try to do my best to send home supplies. That way my students can participate and do the activities. I also try to come up with some activities that they can do at home. So another activity that I had them do was I had them create the color wheel using household items. So here are some examples of assignments that students turned into me. We also worked on having them draw a tree, and I had them color it in using cool and warm colors. And then we also did an optical illusion sphere. So we're doing a lot of fun activities that I'm sure the students are loving. And we have so many other activities that we have planned out for them. So the activity we're working on right now is the Starry Night project. So the Starry Night is a famous painting by Vincent van Gogh. And right now we're working on recreating the Starry Night painting with these students. That's what we're working on currently. I do have intervention hours. So I have intervention Monday through Friday from 2:15 to 2:45. So my students should attend intervention if I send them an invitation. So I've been sending out some invitations to students. That way they can come to my Zoom sessions. In that email that I send them, I have also posted the Zoom link to my intervention. So I've been contacting them through email and reminding them about the Zoom session through our Zoom. If the student is currently failing with the 69% or less, they can also attend my Zoom sessions. If you are interested in joining my Google Classroom as a parent, please complete the form in Google Classroom. So if you go back to our Google Classroom, you should be able to see the form underneath the Back to School Night tab. So it's right there. So when you open it up, you're just going to go ahead and let me know your name, your email, and the name of your child. That way I can go ahead and add you to my Google Classroom. And by adding you to Google Classroom, you will be able to see what the student is currently working on in class. You're going to be able to see if they've been completing their assignments or if they have any missing assignments. I am always here for my students. I always remind them and ask them if they have any questions, comments, concerns, and I would like to extend the same thing with you. So if you ever have any questions, comments, concerns about what we're doing in class or about how your child is doing in my class, please feel free to email me at alexaquesada@cojust.org, or you can also message me using the Remind app. Thank you.